It's not as huge as I thought. A little more than I could chew on this hike. Good morning from Lake Morena, California. It is about 6:40 in the morning. Drove a couple hours this morning, and I'm waiting for the bus here at the Lake Morena malt shop. Trailhead is about a quarter of a mile down that way. That's where I parked. Going to catch the 894 bus that is going to bring me down to Campo and the trail intersection with the highway down there. I'll be hiking for a couple miles down to the Terminus and then backtracking back up to here, which is about 20 miles away. Should be fun. It's about 40 degrees right now, but expecting it to warm up, so let's have some fun. Feliz Navidad from the Pacific Crest Trail. I am at the southern terminus of the PCT, and as you can see in the background there is the wall and the border to Mexico. It's not as huge as I thought it would be, but it's a beautiful morning. It's probably a little after 7. Had a 3-hour drive this morning, a little bus ride and a walk in to the trail here, but now I'm going to head out for 20 miles down the trail to the Camp Morena, and it should be fun. As you can see, here's the monument at the beginning of the trail, and as you can see, it is Mexico to Canada, 2,650 miles. I would never do that. It takes about 6 months to do it, but I'd like to kind of put myself in the place of if I were one of those hikers and was about to head out on that type of an epic journey. How nervous I would be. Probably sick to my stomach with anticipation, but I'm just going for 20 miles today, which will be a good distance for one day, and hope to have some fun. Let's go. I'm about 4 miles in, and I came across this little creek. In this section, that's about the only source of water that there is. Since I'm only doing a day hike, I brought in about 4.5 liters of water. Didn't bring my filter, so I'm all set. But could imagine if it was warmer out here, water and staying hydrated would be pretty important. Alright, taking a little break here, about 7 miles in. I've been walking along the side of this mountain for the last hour or so. Real nice footpath, some nice views out here. But I'm going to try to get a little bit farther. There's a Jeep road up here that's about 8.5 miles in, 8.8 miles in, and I'm going to stop there and have some lunch. Alright, I'm about halfway into the hike. It's about 12:30, about 10 miles in. It's a beautiful day. It's about 67 degrees, partly sunny, no real wind to speak of. This trail is it's a little different than trails I've been on before, where it's pretty flat, being that horses can walk on it. But there sure are a lot of rocks and ups and downs, and it's definitely a challenge. So, but I'm making pretty good time. 10 miles to go. Shouldn't have any problem making it before dark. But I'm stopping right now. Gonna have some lunch. So on my map, it has listed certain landmarks where I can gauge how far I've gone. And one of the gauges are these old gates. Looks like there used to be a gate for a fence, but there's no fence connected to it anymore. And I saw something really cool here. I've seen a couple of these trees where the bark is kind of a maroon, waxy color. I don't know what kind of tree it is, but it's pretty cool. Okay, some mixed feelings here. Across from me is a beautiful mountain. You can see all across here. But then I look at my map and I realize I'm gonna have to go up that. Zigzags up the mountain there. So I got a little bit of a climb ahead of me. All right, I'm about 15 and a half, 16 miles in. Just came from up on that mountain. Went down several switchbacks to get down here, and now I'm down at the bottom, and it looks like some people camp out here, but I'm headed back up that way in the mountain, up that way. So I'm down in the valley. So time to buck up. Got about 4.5 miles to go, but a lot of it's uphill. So here we go. Whew. Taking a little breather here. I think I'm up the hill most of the way. Of course, I came from across over there on the top of that mountain, down through the valley, up through several switchbacks on my way up to there. So I can see the top, but if earlier I was complaining about all the switchbacks, I retract that complaint, because going up this hill has been easier than it could be. With all the switchbacks, it isn't too steep. So it's a big mountain, but if you take it slowly, it's doable. So it also helps that it's cooling down in the afternoon here. The sun's behind the clouds, so temperatures dropped, which is nice when you're working this hard. All right, I got to the highest point on that mountain. Nothing better than being done with a climb through a valley like that and a sense of accomplishment. That being said, that's about enough accomplishment for this trip. So on the sign here, it says Moreno, I don't know, Butte? Butte? It is pretty beautiful. Alright, I think we got about 3 miles to go. Well, there's Lake Morena. It's a sight for sore eyes, sore feet, sore legs. I'll be honest with you. I think I bit off a little more than I could chew on this hike. 20 miles plus the 2 from Campo to the Terminus for a total of 22. It's probably more than I should have done. But I'm making it. I'm getting there. Almost there. Well, I don't know if you can see me, but hit the doors. I hit the door a long time ago. But overall, tried to pull something positive all these hikes. My first desert hike. Beautiful trail. Beautiful maintenance of the trail. But you kind of got to know your limits, and I exceeded them today. But thanks for watching my video. Here's a couple other videos that might interest you. Hit the subscribe button and hike on. No safety or surprise, the end.